productive behaviors in the movie Summer School.
List the behavioral issues that existed and outline possible causes and effects of these issues.
Alright, the behavioral issues observed was students not focused and demotivated, which was caused by stigmatization and being called unintelligent, dunce, or stupid. This has a lasting effect in which was a challenge at first because it led to students failing or falling through the education system and being are not being literate and becoming pregnant and having to work in illegal jobs and not being able to reach their full potential and not being able to express oneself in writing or effectively.
Describe the leadership/management and describe management strategies observed.
The leadership style displayed would be best suited for a transformational leader. As a teacher, while developing his talent as a teacher, he was able to set goals for each student, allow them to attain these goals, and students were motivated in their passion and personal goals in which they were able to achieve whilst developing literacy and real and reading skills. So their behavior, or more specifically their attitude towards English literacy, was greatly improved, in which they all worked to defy the odds of them not succeeding or working to improve their levels, which was above average or basic level of development, which shows that some form of development took place.
Explain the impact the strategy had on the learning environment.
So the strategy of incentives and motivation to develop their learning was particularly practical in this scenario, as students benefited and the teacher was seen as a facilitator, in that he was able to guide them while they're achieving their personal goals. There was an attitude change that was seen. The development of better practices, such as studying and applying more of themselves in situation, was able to help them develop.
Outline theoretical principles that are aligned to the movie, whether driving the strategy or principle used when behaviors were being addressed.
So the behavioral management theory by Stanley Coppersmith on self-esteem was evident in this movie. So the teacher, despite his initial laid-back approach in which students had to choose if they wanted to be judged or society makes them out to be, right, whether they develop their mental fortitude to help them to respond to expectations of success, acceptance, and personal strength in day-to-day situations. So the theory focuses on four benchmarks, such as significance, competence, power, and virtue. These was shown in a film where students was given a chance to be heard and respected, so they were respected and heard. Students was tasked to improve their competence in skills such as driving and reading, and they can only be done by seeking assistance and guidance when necessary.
Explain.
So students were also given the power to change their outcomes and impact their futures by being better learners and thinkers. Students displayed virtue in as they excel and improve on their overall skills. Some got better at reading, driving, and made personal or social advancement.
Explain how you felt about the film, what you agreed with, and what you would do differently in the same learning content text.
Alright, so the film started off very funny and humorous, but it then started to get into the serious point of when the learners start to be engaged. What do you do as a teacher? If by some chance you are able to manage the classroom and get the students being eager to learn, how do you teach? This question was answered by a spirit teacher, as she stated the best teachers are those who can entertain while they teach, which may mean that a teacher is to engage his class and cause them to use whether discovery or inquiry-based learning to develop or understand a concept. Though I personally not trying to be laid back in my approach, students were able to relate to a conducive learning environment, and once respect and the role of the student and the teacher are established, then there is room for learning. Therefore, his transformational leadership style was best suited for that environment.
Lesson learned.
All right, so how these can assist in my growth and development as a prospective teacher or as a special educator, that the movie helped to confirm that in learning environments, students needs to be reassured of their abilities and to improve their self-esteem, as they tend to put up blockage of learning, right? Even worse with the subject such as mathematics, which is a challenge to teach to students in an online learning environment without using game or activities to develop their personal skills. Thank you.
So then we can get